Hello everyone, this video talks about a few things to keep in mind before embarking on a figured base problem. The first of which is that a figured base problem and a chorale harmonization problem are very similar. They're both testing the same two things. Given two pieces of information, can you find the third? And with those three pieces of information, can you complete the rest of the chords? So those three pieces of information are the baseline, the inversion symbols or the figured base, and then the Roman numerals. So in a chorale harmonization problem, they give you the Roman numerals and the inversion symbols, but not the baseline. And in a figured base problem, they give you the baseline and the figured base, but not the Roman numerals. So in each of these problems, you need to find that third part, the missing piece, and then using those pieces, you need to complete the rest of the chords. The second thing to remember is that figured base at its core is all about intervals above the baseline. So for example, we see a 6 here. That means that in the chord that has this bass note, a sixth above the bass is a part of the chord. So that means that a C is a part of this chord. If there are accidentals next to numbers, that means that we apply that accidental to whatever interval is that number away from the baseline. So we see a sharp next to a 4. That means we go fourth above C, it's F, and then we just apply a sharp, so it's an F sharp. If there's a sharp not next to a number, as is the case here or here, it just means to sharp a third above the bass. Another notation to know is this one. It means that there's a suspension. If you don't know what a suspension is yet, you will eventually. If not, Wikipedia, I'm sure, will be able to tell you. What this means is that a fourth above the bass turns into a third above the bass. So in this case, a fourth above G is C, so a C, if a C is in the tenor voice, then a C goes to a B. One thing to note, because it is a suspension, it has to be held over from a previous chord tone. So if a C is in the tenor voice in this chord, then the C that's over the bass in this case has to be in the tenor voice as well. So that's another notation on that. Something else to keep an eye out for is if there's a slash through a number or any other kind of symbol, it just means to raise that number, raise the interval above the bass a half step. So much like the sharp to the 4, just if there were a slash through this 4, that would just mean whatever's a fourth above the bass, raise it by a half step. And you'd still get an F sharp. It's just another way of writing it. So those are the basics. If you would like, check out some examples.